Hi guys. So I'm kind of just testing my camera out. I wanted to see how this tripod that I found, I bought it a long time ago. Just wanted to see how it works, and I wanted to talk about something. I gotta take one of these out. I can't hear myself. I wanted to talk about something that's really been bothering me. Not like detrimental to my life or anything. I haven't been losing sleep over it, but it's really irritating. And that is all of the people on social media who are claiming to have disorders and mental illnesses that they clearly don't have. The two biggest ones for me are people who claim to be anorexic, and who clearly do not meet the criteria for anorexia. And the other one is borderline personality disorder and dissociative identity disorder. All three of which are really serious mental illnesses and disorders. I'm going to start with anorexia first because I have that. Had that. Recovering from that. An eating disorder is like an addiction. You never really fully recover. It's always with you. You're always in recovery. I was anorexic when I was a teenager. It really started when I was like 11, 12 years old. It started, maybe even before that. And then until I got pregnant when I was 18. And that's another story. It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell sometime, but I have it in a blog somewhere. Probably on my website, which I'll link in the description below. But it almost killed me. Like, at one point I was eating 300 to 500 calories a day. On average, for the 4 years of high school, I ate no more than 800 calories a day. Usually less than that. I'd go days sometimes without eating. And I didn't have a great support system at first. It was really difficult. It was really difficult. Like, it literally almost killed me. And to see these people on TikTok, especially like ever since Tess Holliday claimed that she had anorexia, there have been more and more morbidly obese people, usually women, claiming that they have anorexia or that they're in recovery from anorexia. And I get it. Like, when I got pregnant, I used it as an excuse to eat, and I flipped my anorexia into binge eating disorder. And I gained a lot of weight while I was pregnant. And I did take all that weight off later on in my 20s. And I maintained that weight loss all the way until like almost into my 40s. But I still had binge eating disorder. Like, I never really recovered from anorexia. So even if these people had anorexia and then are saying that they are in recovery from it, they're not actually in recovery from it because they just swapped eating disorders. They still have an eating disorder. It's just a new one. But they don't have anorexia. The majority of them were probably not anorexic. I know fucking damn well that Tess Holliday has never been anorexic in her goddamn life. Because even if she had type A anorexia, which is where you don't get to a super low weight, she still doesn't meet the other criteria for having anorexia. Like, fear of getting fat. You can't eat, like, fear of eating around people. Like, I've basically been in recovery from anorexia for almost 25 years, and I still have a hard time eating around people. Like, I still have a hard time eating in restaurants. When I go to a restaurant, I want to get a booth so that there's only so many people who can, like, look over and see me eating. And, like, I would never eat on camera like she does. I post my food a lot on the hunger management support group that I'm on. I post my food every day, and then I post food pictures on my Instagram and stuff. And I have cooking videos on YouTube. But if I ever try to eat on camera, I get really anxious. I still can't do it. I can drink coffee on camera. And yeah, okay, and so the other ones I have an issue with, mostly it's the personality disorders that I have an issue people faking. Like, I have borderline personality disorder, and it's not something that people would actually want if they knew what it entailed, like what it involved. Like, it takes a lot of work to control my personality disorder and to live a halfway productive life and not be a fucking hot mess all the time. Like, seriously. I have struggled, and I'll get into that all in another video. That I don't want this to be too long. I've already talked enough about the anorexia and about all that. But yeah, like, dissociative identity disorder is so rare, and the way they portray it on, like, TikTok is not what it's actually like. Same with, like, borderline personality. Like, they don't... It's not like how it's portrayed on TikTok. You know, and I'm sure some of them do have it. Like, I'm sure that some of them do have BPD, and I doubt any of them have DID, because that's not at all how that works. You can't communicate with your other identities. It's called dissociative, and if you know what dissociating means, you're not aware that it's happening while it's happening. Like, I dissociate quite a bit. I don't have DID, but I dissociate because of my because of my BPD, because of my borderline personality disorder. And I'm not aware when it happens. And usually it's just, you know, quick little, like, it doesn't last very long. But there have been times that I've like lost time for a significant amount of time, like hours. And I don't remember what I was doing or what I did. And it's never anything bad. It's never anything, you know, like I killed somebody and don't remember it. It's not like in a movie. I mean, that doesn't happen. I mean, maybe it does, but that's never happened to me. But I've been driving, and I've driven to another state, and I get to where I'm going, and I don't remember how I got there. Like, I have no recollection of stopping at gas stations and getting gas. Like, that's happened before. And I see these kids, and I say kids because I'm old, and anybody younger than 25 is a kid. And most of them are, you know, late teens, early 20s. I see them on TikTok, and I see them claiming to have these disorders, and like it's cool, like it's a badge of honor, and it's not. Like, I've lost jobs, I've lost friendships, I've ruined relationships, and never intentionally. Like, I'm not a malicious person, but because I didn't know for the longest time how to control my like, I was in denial. Like, it was, you know, I was diagnosed with BPD in my 20s. And everybody saw that movie, Girl Interrupted, and Winona Ryder had borderline personality disorder, and, you know, like, that wasn't a thing. And that was my mentality. Like, how do I have a borderline personality? And so I was in denial, and I was like, this is just how I am. And, you know, I couldn't keep jobs. I couldn't maintain relationships because you get super attached right away. And you get like a favorite person. And you, like, they're your whole world, and then something happens, and the switch flips, and it's like they're nothing to you now, and you get mad at them for nothing. And then I also got into relationships where the person, like, understood how I was like, and they would take advantage of that, and you know, so those didn't work out, and I lost jobs, and I was constantly moving around. It's taken a lot of work to control my disorder so that I can live a productive life, and I'll talk about that more later. I'm rambling. I ramble a lot. But I'm going to wrap this up. I just wanted to rant a little bit about, I don't know what that was. I just wanted to rant a little bit about people appropriating disorders, and which is not the same as appropriating culture. You can't appropriate a culture, but I'm not going to get into all that. Yeah, I'll maybe do more videos on mental health and disorders and things like that. Things that I deal with myself. I'm not gonna get into anything that I don't know about. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm gonna get off this. This is blown enough, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.